This episode's brought to you by the Public Domain Shop, a clothing brand inspired by classic literature and film. Use the code WOLF to get 10% off your next sweatshirt purchase.
If you're wondering why I'm standing out here in the freezing cold, the short answer is Josh's car is in the shop again, which is also why he's not in this video or the No Other Choice review. So you gotta live life affordably. Hello! In any case, Noah and I are here to talk about this year's Oscar nominations, which, they happened.
Yes.
I gotta be honest, I skimmed through them this morning and I didn't really feel all that much. Like, there were one or two things that I was happy about and we'll definitely get to. One or two that definitely pissed me off for how much they got snubbed. And boy, do we have some things to say about that. But let's just go through this one category at a time and not be too fancy about it.
Alright, so to start off, we got actor in a leading role. In this category, we got Ultimate Twinkler Timothée Chalamet. We got Leonardo DiCaprio. We got Ethan Hawke. We got Michael B. Jordan. I should probably say, sorry, Ultimate Twinkler Timothée Chalamet for Marty Supreme.
Yeah, they know.
I know, but I'm
just get on with it.
Leonardo DiCaprio for One Battle After Another. Ethan Hawke for Blue Moon. Michael B. Jordan for Sinners. And also, if I mispronounce any names, I apologize.
What was the other guy?
Wegnomura for The Secret Agent.
Oh yeah, that's a movie.
I haven't seen it, so I cannot comment.
Yeah,
on that.
that came out late in our area, so bear with us on that one. Timothy better win, right?
Okay, so for me, it's I don't know who I want to win between Ultimate Twinkler, Timothée Chalamet, and Michael B. Jordan, because I think both of them. Because
really?
Michael B. Jordan, he did play two characters.
He
right?
did,
and
but
he played
I
them
feel like
so seamlessly.
And yeah, and I will say this is completely unrelated, but I mean the fact that they blended the two of them effects-wise was really good. Like, yeah. I was constantly looking for the first 5-10 minutes, looking for gaps in between those, and then we never got him. That part was really cool, but while he wasn't bad, and both characters, well, one was more interesting than the other. The smart one with like a wife and a dead kid, he was more interesting to me than the other one who. His big thing is that he, quote-unquote, can't be with Haley Steinfeld until they can for reasons, which, if you haven't seen the movie, we're not going to spoil what that is, but, I don't know. For me, the fact he was playing dual roles was kind of the most significant thing in the movie for me.
That's fair. I mean, but it was just both of them were done really well.
They were, but, like, for me, Timothy disappeared into the role of Marty Supreme so much that, like, I wasn't looking at Timothy the actor. I was looking at Marty the character, and that, to me, is, like, a bigger factor in who to give the award to.
That's fair.
One thing we can definitely agree on, Jesse Plemons should have been nominated.
Oh my god, yeah. He deserves the nomination. He almost certainly wouldn't win with these other people on this list, but, like, he deserved the nom. Like, he was phenomenal as, like, that specific, like, incel? Was that the or am I thinking?
Not quite what I'd go for, but okay, sure.
I'm bad with terms. He was just, like, a recluse that was, like, a flat earther. That's the one. Kinda. Like, but, like, that type.
Okay,
I
sure.
don't know. Not braining.
You know what, doing this in the cold was a bad idea.
Yeah.
We'll be right back. Sorry about that. I needed a few minutes of fresh air after really spending like 3 hours or so watching and reviewing No Other Choice, so I gave myself the choice of nighttime. Freezing fucking cold nighttime.
Canada, baby.
Okay, so actor in a supporting role. What's our situation here?
So, in One Battle After Another, we got Benicio del Toro. In Frankenstein, we got Jacob Elordi. In Sinners, we got Delroy Lindo. In One Battle After Another, we got Sean Penn. And in Sentimental Value, we got Stellan Skarsgård.
Thoughts?
How
many of these have you seen? Because, like, we didn't watch any of these together.
I've seen just Sinners out of these movies, so I do not want to comment on other ones. However, I will say, Delroy Lindo, fucking fantastic in Sinners. His monologue is fucking heart-wrenching shit. Like, that's a supporting actor. That's what a supporting actor does. Also, besides just that, he's fucking funny. He is very funny actor. Like, just his ability, like, just it's his expressions, right? Like with the garlic thing.
Yeah.
He's just so funny. But also, like, he's so... Yeah.
I can agree that Delroy Lindo's monologue in the first half was so excellent. And I mean, he's always been such an underrated actor. There were people who thought he should have been nominated for that Spike Lee war movie he did, Five Bloods, because I guess he was the most traumatized with those soldiers. My big problem with his performance isn't him, it was the script kind of turning him into comic relief once it became a vampire siege. Like that, the material they gave him, which I recognize you can only do so much, I didn't think the material was anything special, but needless to say, like, he kept everything tolerable. In regards to the rest of the cast, if I had to pick anyone else, it would probably be Jacob Elordi for Frankenstein, which I thought was a fine enough movie. To me, there was too much exposition and not really enough of the gothic atmosphere, although it was there and it was beautiful. But Elordi was the one performance where I felt like we were actually shown his character and backstory as opposed to just narrating and monologuing, although they do that. Not to mention the 6-hour commitment, or however long it was, to put on all that prosthetics and makeup and still give that good of a performance when you have all of the stuff distracting you on your body as you're talking, as you're emoting. Like, that's difficult for... Not any actor can do that. And I didn't think he had it in him, because I thought of him just as that guy from Euphoria or Saltburn that did the thing in the bathtub that I don't want to mention. But he really proved himself as an actor in that one.
Yeah, I feel like after this movie, I kind of group Bill Skarsgård and him together. Like, one did Nosferatu, one did Frankenstein, and now they're like, I want to see them just both be not creatures, but, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
In, like, a movie together. That'd be fucking cool, I feel like.
God, if they were in Robert Eggers' werewolf movie, that'd be something.
Oh my god, Robert Eggers, get them both. Like, obviously, like, Bill Skarsgård's worked with you before, but, like, bring in Jacob Elordi, have them both be fucking werewolves in your fancy way of spelling it, like Old English, which I love. You keep being you, buddy. Hell yeah. But have them both in and just let them be freaks, and I love it. Good job. Yeah.
All right, moving on to Best Actress, which...
Actress in the leading role.
God, there were a couple that I felt got left out, but keeping with who is nominated.
In Hamnet, Jessie Buckley. In If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You, Rose Byrne. I need to get around to that, but I want to.
Yeah, same here.
In Song Sung Blue, Kate Hudson. In Sentimental Value, again, I apologize for
We'll just put it up.
Then Emma Stone in Begonia.
Okay. Well, everybody who watches our channel knows who our frontrunner is for that one. It's hands down Emma Stone, and my God, if she had as many Oscars as Meryl Streep, that would really be an accomplishment for her.
That'd be so good.
It'll probably never happen, but no love for Jennifer Lawrence for Die My Love.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, Jennifer Lawrence got snubbed for sure. But from what I've heard, Rose Byrne carries that fucking movie with just such a sincere performance, and so, like, I kind of hope it goes to her, just because, like, it's also like it's like Jennifer Lawrence in Die My Love, just such a hard role of, like, distress and, like, pure anxiety.
It does sound similar.
Yeah, except this is more. Except If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You is less about depression, more about just overwhelming anxiety, and more grounded than Die My Love, from what I've heard.
Yeah, from what I've heard, it's really Rose Byrne and Conan O'Brien that really are, like, the center of the movie.
Yeah.
That's what I've heard. I have zero interest in Sentimental Value just because, I don't know, there was something about it that just seemed full of itself. And again, I'd rather give it to Jennifer, well, I'd still pick Emma Stone over Jennifer Lawrence even if she was nominated, but still, she deserved a chance on that one.
For sure.
And it's much more eventful than the Best Supporting Actress nominees, which we went over before we started rolling, and I've already forgotten the majority of them, which is really sad. So if you wouldn't mind running through those again for me.
Absolutely. So we got Elle Fanning in Sentimental Value. Inga Ibsdottir Lilias, I hope. I'm sorry. Sentimental Value.
You tried.
I try. See, I always try. I fail miserably, but I try. We got Amy Madigan in Weapons. I'm so sorry. Wunmi Masaku.
You were close. I think it's Wunmi Masaku. I think.
Okay.
For Sinners.
And then Teyana Taylor for One Battle After Another.
Okay, just putting this out there. Teyana Taylor, if you haven't seen One Battle After Another, she's in 20 minutes and then she disappears for the other, 2.5 hours of the damn movie. Not to mention the ending treats her like a hero when she does some awful shit to the main characters and kind of gets away with it, but not really. Like, I was really disgusted with the character arc on that one. I love Elle Fanning as an actress, and I'm glad she's an Oscar nominee. I don't know if this would have been the one I'd chosen. And I did like that Wunmi Masaku was nominated for Sinners because she's really underrated in that one. Like, everybody talks about Michael B. Jordan, Jack O'Connor, Haley Steinfeld, and Delroy Lindo. She got signaled out, which is sad because that intimate moment between her and Jordan was one of my favorite moments in the entire movie. That made me feel things. But I'd still give it to Amy Madigan in Weapons because, like...
She's so good. She carries the movie.
Well...
She makes the movie what it is.
Yeah.
I should say that. She doesn't carry the movie. She makes the movie what it is. It would not be the same without her. Like, we have... Like, it's not too often. It's like once every couple of years we get a new horror icon. And Aunt Gladys is a fucking horror icon. And I feel like she will just be... one of those greats. Like, I think she's up there. Like,
oh yeah, hardcore. And I mean, Amy Madigan has not had much of a career before this, but if anything, this proves that she's been screwed over for some time because, my God, she sinks her teeth in and knows how over the top to be without ever going to the extreme. Because there were one or two actors who, like, I thought were hamming it up a little too much in it, but with a costume like hers, she knew exactly what she had to sign up for. She leaves just enough that you understand about the character without going into too much. She reminds me of Anthony Hopkins as Hannibal Lecter, because like it's the same scene-chewing line delivery and sinister looks with her eyes, and it's just such an infectiously great performance. I think I'm wearing that Weapons Wendy's shirt underneath this as we speak. Also, that just lets you know how much I want her to win.
Also, her ability to just, like, perfectly, back to, like, treading the line, but, like, just treading the line of, like, so sincerely, like, just relatable in social situations of just, like, you know this person, you've met this person before, and, like, just, like, this oversharing, like, aunt or grandma or whatever, like, just this very extroverted person, but then having that, but then also just being slightly sinister and like off about it, but like in terms of like the balance, right? Like, and then being able to just fully switch. She's just so good. Like, I want to see more of her, just in general.
I am surprised by how many good supporting actress performances were in Marty Supreme that got absolutely nothing.
Oh my God, yeah, Odessa Zion should have been nominated, and honestly, should have maybe won. Like,
Madigan impressed me a hell of a lot more, and Madigan honestly had heavier scenes to pull off. Like, a Zion is kind of meant to sneak up on you, and I mean, not that Gwyneth Paltrow's that great of an actress. I mean, she is good, don't get me wrong. She might have gotten lucky the one year she actually won, but like, I'd have to watch the other movies she competed with to know for sure. But even then, like, that proved that she still has it. And honestly, also proves that if you put away her persona, and if she puts away her persona, like, she can still rock it. Hell, I just found this out. She got that part because Julia Roberts said no.
Really?
Which I can kind of imagine Julia Roberts, but, like, something about Paltrow works better inherently.
Well, I think it's because it's like Kevin O'Leary, where it's like the role is very much
tailor-made
to her, and that I think that's just like a testament to Josh Safdie as a director, just his ability to work with actors and really just make the characters like seemingly perfectly tailored to them, and not only just the writing, but like embodying them and just like, I don't know, he's just a really really good director when it comes to like acting.
Speaking of, is he nominated for Best Director?
He is.
He is. Okay,
that.
so like I know a couple, but who all was
To
there?
that?
Yes.
All right, I gotta find here we go. So we got Chloe Zhao for Hamnet. We got Josh Safdie, Marty Supreme. PTA for One Battle After Another. Joachim Trier,
I don't know how to pronounce it either.
Sentimental Value, and Ryan Coogler for Sinners. Okay, I wouldn't be mad if Ryan Coogler won. I would not be mad. My pick is Josh Safdie, absolutely, hands down.
His style does so many things that are like really hit and miss for me in movies, where it's gritty, handheld, very quick fire editing, because it's so easy to screw up and make it incoherent. He made it like a requirement in order for the movie to work, as he does with the majority of his films. And I mean, yeah, Coogler shoots Sinners in a much more epic and sweeping scale that honestly, like, he would deserve it if he won too. So like between the two of them, I wouldn't be mad either way. And I mean, as much as Begonia was like in my top 3, I don't know if the directing itself was what made Begonia so special. I think it was more the acting and the script on that end. Like, he obviously contributed in bringing that to life, but I'm slightly disappointed that he wasn't nominated, but at the same time, I'm not surprised either.
That's fair. Like, out of some other categories that we'll get to, I'm not as mad that Yorgos didn't get a nom. Like, it's in a year that, like, these are the directors that we have, it makes sense. I think he's just worked with Emma Stone for so long now that, like, he doesn't, I mean, and of course, like, we don't know what happens actually behind the scenes, like how much, but I feel like they're just kind of a hive mind now, and she just kind of is able to do a lot of stuff.
Like, there's no other explanation.
Yeah, so I feel like she's just able to, like, kind of self-direct with, of course, like, his help and stuff, but, like, I feel like it's less obvious of, like, his direction as opposed to, like, from him, as opposed to just, she knows the style, she knows what he's going for.
True.
And same with Jesse Plemons, honestly. Like, they're both just such...
I'm just realizing they're both, like, really sticking with him lately.
Yeah, and I'm so happy about that, because, like, it's...
Because, like, there were parts of Kinds of Kindness where he should have gotten nominated.
Absolutely.
Do you want to cover writing or editing next?
Oh, do you want me to... I can keep going down
I don't want to cover every category, because, like, there's some stuff that just...
Animated feature film? Like,
Actually, you know what? Yeah, sure. Let's just get animated feature out of the way.
All right, we got Arco, Elio, K-pop Demon Hunters, Little Amelie, or the character of Rain, and Zootopia 2. How do you feel?
So, to tell you the truth, I've only seen one of those movies, mostly because, like, for starters, Arco hasn't come out where we live yet, and the English dub, which we got the trailer for in front of No Other Choice, the casting in that really, for the English dub, really surprised us. I mean, evil Will Ferrell wearing rainbow sunglasses like it's an SNL skit of this movie, that was really something. I'm assuming they're going off of the French version, because I think it's a French film. I could be wrong on that one, but tell you the truth, I've only seen Little Amelie, or the character of Rain, which was, on an emotional level, was the best movie I saw last year. So just on that end, I would love it to succeed, kind of for the same reason I wanted Flow to succeed. Like, last year, I preferred Inside Out 2 over Flow, but at the same time, Flow was so unique and unlike everything else in terms of animation that we see nowadays, that, like, it was kind of more important that it won. And that's kind of the same reason I would like it to win, because it's such a mundane slice of life, but it portrays it in such a fantastical, whimsical, and yet very mature and bittersweet note, because it's about a very, very young girl grappling with the fact that just about everything in life is temporary, and it's something that she has to accept, which, admittedly, like, in real life, a girl that age wouldn't accept all these things, but the execution of the story really buys into that. Elio looked really generic, and whenever Disney and Pixar make something sci-fi, it's off in a way that doesn't always work. Like, Atlantis, Lilo and Stitch, and parts of Treasure Planet got away with it, but they still stuck with what worked about Disney. Elio didn't really look like it had that to me, and I'm not as in love with Zootopia as Josh was, so I didn't go and see it. And K-pop Demon Hunters is just another one where the hype was really all I wanted to see. Like, I'm sure it's good. Like, my mom saw it, and she really dug into it, so... Also, my 5-year-old cousin has apparently watched it over and over again, so I'm really curious what the age appropriateness is on that. Have you seen any of these?
No, I have not.
No, absolutely not.
None of them. I plan on getting around to K-pop Demon Hunters, Little Amelie, or the character of Rain in Zootopia 2 at some point. I'll have to get around to them. However, I'm going to speak on behalf... I have not seen this movie that I'm about to bring up, but I know someone who this is their favorite movie. This is in their top 10 movies of all time. And they are so fucking pissed that it did not get a nom. Chainsaw Man, the Reze arc. No, but seriously.
You know, just based on a box office level, I am kind of surprised that wasn't even considered. There's a bunch of anime that kind of got screwed over. Because there was like a Demon Slayer or Demon Train one that got snubbed. Yeah. Fuck, there was another one that was just in my mind a second ago that it completely... Oh, Ninja 2, that didn't get nominated, and that's like the most...
Yeah.
That's the most profitable animated movie of all time, which... Don't get me wrong, I loved it was on my top 10, but even I can acknowledge the story's not the strongest aspect of the movie, and that could be the reason why, but it had more whimsy than... I've only seen like a few minutes of Elio, and needless to say, that's why I didn't watch the rest of it. Like, even with how mixed I thought Ninja was, Ninja 2 was... It expanded upon everything that worked about the first one. Hell, it recapped the entire first movie in like 5 minutes. It's that standalone. You don't really get that with these other movies.
For sure. Like, I don't know. For actually, the fact that, like, I feel like, to be fair, again, I haven't watched K-pop Demon Hunters. I don't know generally its quality, but as compared to, like, also Ninja 2, thank you, and Chainsaw Man Reze arc, like, all three of them, from what I've heard, are critically acclaimed and, like, very well beloved.
Yeah.
But just K-pop Demon Hunters got a nom, which I'm confused about. When also Chainsaw Man was like, it's I think the highest rated animated movie of all time, like,
you know what,
or something like that.
I read something like that. I can't remember exactly, but yeah, that's actually true. I'm actually glad you brought up Chainsaw Man, because we saw the trailer for that a couple times. Hell, we saw the same trailer twice in a row in one movie. I can't remember what it is. Yeah, so we're obviously not gonna cover every Oscar category, because there's some stuff that, like, we could really care less.
Casting, brand new category.
Oh yeah, that's right. I'm really curious how you nominate or award that to somebody, but
Casting directors.
I'd have to know more about the job in order to... Well, you've worked on Josh's
Yes.
cruise. Like, how much do you know about that?
A bit. I know it's essentially finding the people for all of the roles, right? So it's finding the right people that you think would be good, and, like, making sure that they fit with the movie, but not only the movie, but the characters, and also work together. I think it should go to Jennifer Venditti for Marty Supreme, because...
Who else is up there?
Nina Gold for Hamnet. Also One Battle After Another, someone for that. Secret Agent, someone for that. Sinner, someone for that. Bunch of names. Listen, my brain is fried from emotions, so I'm just
You're doing a lot better than the last video we did.
That's fair. But essentially the movies are Hamnet, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, Secret Agent, and Sinners. I want it to go to Marty Supreme. I won't be upset if it goes to Sinners, though.
Yeah, Marty Supreme is my ideal choice, because what works so well about the performances in the movie is that Safdie basically wrote a backstory for every character that speaks. Like Penn Jillette, Abel Ferrara, Gwyneth Paltrow, O'Leary, everybody. And, like, you need a casting director who can find a professional or non-professional actor who can really reflect that. I will say, like, Hamnet, I wouldn't be upset if that won, because part of the casting that works this most for me was the child acting. Because they have to do some really heavy shit in this. And the actors who get the most dramatic meat, especially, I don't know if I think it's Jacoby Jupe. I'm not entirely sure. He's Noah Jupe's little brother, who, I will say, I thought Noah Jupe was really underrated in Hamnet as, like, the actor who's playing Hamlet in the play within the film. He did, like, a really good job portraying a Shakespearean actor, all things considered, and that's just another testament to the casting. And yeah, Sinners would be another good choice. I feel like that's going to be the popular vote, but again, I wouldn't be mad about that.
Cinematography.
Okay, one of the good ones.
Yeah, Frankenstein, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, Sinners, Train Dreams. I'm sad that Begonia wasn't nominated. And this movie, No Other Choice. Sorry, not this movie. This is a different video. But I'm sad that No Other Choice was not nominated.
It won't matter.
That's fair. I'm sad that Begonia and No Other Choice weren't nominated because I think they both deserve to be nominated for cinematography.
I am kind of surprised Robbie Ryan got nothing for Begonia, because, wow, like, it may seem like filming everything in like massive wide shots, or like centering everything, or positioning everyone in the shape of a triangle so your eyes are constantly looking back and forth from each actor without ever having to edit. It sounds, looking at each shot, it seems so simple to do, but it really isn't. And, you know, No Other Choice, like, the framing is definitely spot on, where everything is on the very edge of each frame so that your eyes are registering two things at once. And, like, like you said, there was so much foreshadowing in regards to certain events that happen over the course of the film. I can't really think, other than Die My Love, I can't really think of anything else that was snubbed, because filming it in 4:3, making everything so claustrophobic, and also the visual language was what made the switch from dark comedy to psychodrama really impactful, literally in a couple instances. But, nope, One Battle After Another, I don't really know what was so significant about the cinematography. It wasn't bad, but it was one of the few redeeming qualities, because it was filmed on 70mm, and I think that's probably the main driving force. That, and I sat through half of Train Dreams, and I'm probably going to lose a lot of people, but I gave up on that one halfway through for one specific reason. Yes, the cinematography was beautiful, but my God, the movie narrated every single plot point before and after it happened. Film is show, don't tell. Like, Josh hates narration a hell of a lot more than I do. I would just love for him to sit through this and just say, I was wrong about the killer, because he will not stop lecturing me about how much he hates the narration in the killer, even though it's a completely different beast, and he's absolutely wrong in my opinion. But there's a reason Train Dreams is nominated for Best Picture, but none of the actors are, because none of the actors are given a chance to shine, because the narrator is explaining everything that's interesting about them, so they have no room to wiggle. And that's kind of the reason I don't think Train Dreams for cinematography was a good idea, and kind of just selecting the beauty of it rather than the actual meaning behind it. That's just me personally.
Film editing, we got F1, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, Sentimental Value, and Sinners.
Are we agreed on Supreme?
Yep.
Again, we didn't touch on this when we reviewed Marty Supreme, but what was interesting about it was that Josh Safdie and Ronald Bronstein are not only the writers, but they are the editors as well. And not gonna lie, I kind of would like it if more screenwriters edit movies at the same time, because I feel like those jobs are really compatible amongst each other, don't you think? Yeah. Especially when they're writing out these batshit crazy scenarios, you gotta time out the script and the cut of the film to, like, match the energy that they're imagining in their heads. And to me, like, that's the main reason I would go for Marty Supreme specifically. And again, like, I would love just to see Josh Safdie and Ron Bronstein be Oscar winners, because after the amount of movies they've made together, they really deserve it by this point.
For sure. International feature film. We got, and I haven't seen any of these, though I want to. The Secret Agent. It was just an accident. Sentimental value. Sirat and the voice of Hind Rajab.
None of those movies came out within the last month or so, so we can't really comment on that. I will say, I think animated movies can count for international, as far as I know. I'm pretty sure it's been done before. I would have liked if Ninja 2 or Little Amelie were considered, because I mean they have as much emotional heft or just like a certain amount of cinematic spectacle as a live action film. So that's just my personal taste. Like, obviously we don't have much to comment on like the movies themselves because we haven't gotten to them yet. Mostly because we haven't gotten the choice to get to them yet. Yeah. We had the choice to see No Other Choice, and we have, but you know what? As much as I thought it was good, not great, even I have to admit that it was more deserving, or at least that it's at least deserving.
Makeup and hairstyling. We got Frankenstein, Kokuho.
I think it's Kapoor.
Okay. Sinners, The Smashing Machine, The Ugly Stepsister. It should go to The Ugly Stepsister. I haven't seen it. I want to, but I know how gory it is and the practical effects in that movie.
I think the only one of those movies I saw was The Smashing Machine, and
Sinners.
I will say the makeup and hairstyling did put a lot of work into making Dwayne Johnson look more resembling Mark Kerr. So there is, and plus, to the point where you kind of look at him, there are points where he has no hair. He looks like a black Steve Austin, and I didn't recognize him. Like in the trailer, I didn't know it was him.
Same.
And also, I have to admit, Smashing Machine has a little bit of sentimental value just because I got a selfie with Benny Safdie, who, just based on the one time I met him, he seemed like a really cool guy. And watching his Criterion Closet mentioned that Flow was one of his favorite movies ever, which I saw at TIFF like the year before. That just, I feel like that means something. It's probably bullshit, but it means something.
I do think that Frankenstein's going to win, but I want The Ugly Stepsister to win.
Frankenstein would be the popular choice, and again, like the amount of work that Del Toro puts into his prosthetics and creature work, it's pretty much his identity as a filmmaker.
All right.
What goes into Best Original Score? Because I
That's the
forgot
next
about that
category.
one.
We got Begonia.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Frankenstein, Hamnet, One Battle After Another, Sinners. I want Begonia, but I wouldn't be mad at Sinners either. That's been a theme of this video.
Sinners is totally gonna win.
Yeah.
And I mean, look, the composer is really talented. Don't get me wrong. I wish I could pronounce his name at the moment. I think he does stuff for Christopher Nolan every now and then.
Who?
I think he's Christopher Nolan's composer, Ludwig Göransson or something like that. I don't know how to pronounce it. If he's composing the score for The Odyssey, that would be really cool. In fact, The Odyssey, the trailers are really selling me on this one.
I haven't seen them.
Okay, good. Like, it's insane how practical and beautiful they look. But, yeah, like, between Sinners and Begonia, like, my problem with the score wasn't the score itself. It was mainly when they were positioned and for how long they went. Which was the intent. Like, it doesn't... That doesn't guarantee to work with every audience member, but Jerskin Fendrix is a really talented composer. I am kind of surprised that Daniel Lopatin or OPN didn't get anything from Marty Supreme, but I did like his score as music more than Begonia, but like I can see why Begonia made more of an impact to the Academy.
Music original song, Dear Me from Diane Warren, Relentless, Golden from K-Pop Demon Hunters, I Lied to You from Sinners, Sweet Dreams of Joy from Viva Verity, Train Dreams from Train Dreams. I want it to go to I Lied to You because of how impactful that is to that movie and that scene in particular. It'll probably go to Golden.
I don't know. I feel like it'd be either one of those, honestly. Because, like, I Lied to You is part of the attachment people have to Sinners. Because it really is the music. The music is one of, if not the things that people latch onto with Sinners. And yeah, that segment, the modern mix-up kind of threw me off a little bit, but that's just a pet peeve of mine. If I'm just judging the song, it's awesome. And I mean, we talked about this in our best of list. I do like how this is kind of more of an original score compliment. I do like how the humans have like their own style of music. They sing blues, and the vampires are more into Irish folk. That was a really nice touch. I like that.
Production design, we got Frankenstein, Hamnet, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, and Sinners. I'm mad that Begonia wasn't nominated because they built an entire fucking house.
That's probably where most of the budget went.
Yeah, but it was a full fucking house that like it was a full fucking house that looks like they like fucking just found a perfect house that is like fit like the grandma's house, like, but they made that. They made that entire fucking thing with the basement and the main floor. Like, they just fucking built that because, and I love it. And why wasn't it nominated?
The production's design was the setting for Begonia, and I do think that should matter more. Just from
The spaceship.
Oh yeah. Well, spoilers on that one. but-
Sorry.
No. It's fine. I will say, Sinners, again, because of its epic scale, I think it stands out a hell of a lot more and is technically more impressive. I mean, they had a hell of a bigger budget, and there are so many settings, especially with the barn, that matter a lot to, especially with the finale basically being Assault on Precinct 13 mixed with From Dusk Till Dawn. I know most people just say From Dusk Till Dawn because it is kind of the same story when you think about it.
Also, I skipped this one previously, but I'm coming back to it now because I just remembered the alien or the spaceship. Why I think that Begonia should have been nominated for costume design for that, but for that the alien, like,
I knew you were gonna say that.
but it's such like like that's like the one costume out of any movie I've seen that's like really stuck with me. Just like that handmade wool giant puffball, like.
Yeah, who knew aliens were mulleted sweater lovers?
Yeah, but it was just like so good, so fucking. It just tickles my brain. I love it.
Going back, I'm just remembering this. Going back to Best Original Song and Score, I'm surprised Tron Ares got nothing. And I mean, Tron Ares, the movie wasn't good. I disagree with Josh on like the entertainment value of it, but fucking Nine Inch Nails, man, come on. Like, their lead-in song, like the theme of the movie, was awesome. It's more memorable than half the shit that they nominated for Best Original Song. I'm glad Miley Cyrus got jack shit for Avatar, but details.
Speaking of Avatar, visual effects: Avatar, Fire and Ash,
Of
F1,
course.
Jurassic World Rebirth, Lost Bus, Sinners. It'll probably go to Avatar. Probably.
Well,
It's Avatar.
I know, but it'll be Avatar or Sinners.
That's fair.
There aren't that many categories left, are
There
there?
are 3.
Okay.
Writing.
I guess we are going through all the categories.
I've skipped a couple too, but.
Oh, okay.
Writing, adapted screenplay. We got Begonia, Frankenstein, Hamnet, One Battle After Another, and Train Dreams. I want Begonia.
So do I. I feel like because of how many people are putting it on their best of the year list, I feel like One Battle After Another might get Paul Thomas Anderson an Oscar. And don't get me wrong, I would love for P.T. Anderson to be an Oscar winner, but like, Josh and I have ranted about this for a half hour, so it's our opinion that you have to have a certain political value in order to like this movie, let alone consider it one of the best of all time. And even with that, I think there are holes in that logic, but once Josh and I finally sit down for a Worst of 2025 video, which he still owes me on that one because, again, life issues just have to get in his fucking way all the time. There are so many holes in the character development and the themes. Like, Leonardo DiCaprio's character starts a weed-addicted dickhead and ends a weed-addicted dickhead. There's no evolution to him as a character. Chase Infinity starts off an activist teenager, finishes off an activist teenager. Benicio del Toro, vice versa, exact same thing. Sean Penn learns nothing. Like, none of these characters change. And with a story like this, they need to. But that's my take on it.
I mean, I would say you could technically argue that the characters don't change in Marty Supreme, but
that story warrants it.
that's fair. That's fair. Writing original screenplay, we got Blue Moon. It was
Wait. Isn't Marty Supreme supposed to be an original screenplay?
It is.
Oh, okay.
Blue Moon, it was just an accident. Marty Supreme, Sentimental Value, Sinners. For me, it's a toss-up between Marty Supreme and Sinners. I'd be happy with either.
It'll definitely be Sinners. I would love if Marty Supreme got something for it, and, sorry, what were the other three?
Oh my god. Blue Moon. Sorry, I'm fucking tired.
Boy, am I glad I didn't pan over to you on that one.
We got Blue Moon, it was just an accident, and Sentimental Valley.
I didn't realize Blue Moon was an original script. I would have figured that been based off of a memoir or something like that. Because it is based off a real person. Those are usually, like, based off of books. But yeah, it'll go to Sinners. We would like if it went to Marty Supreme.
I'd also be happy with Sinners.
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
Ready for the big one?
Is it Best Picture time?
It's Best Picture time.
Okay.
We got Begonia, F1, Frankenstein, Hamnet, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, Secret Agent, Sentimental Value, Sinners, and Train Dreams. What's your Best Picture?
Out of the ones that they chose there, I would God, today it'll be Marty Supreme. Tomorrow it might be Begonia. Like, I know I put Marty Supreme on 4th of my best of list, just based off of the second viewing experience that we had before we saw it, but at the same time, I'm still thinking about it more than Begonia. I think Begonia, some of it was like the intensity I felt the one time we saw it in the theater, and again, that was kind of why we wanted to watch it a second time before the best of list, and again, life circumstances in a weirder way prevented that from happening.
We had the bathtub falling through the ceiling, but in real life. No, we didn't. Similar.
That would have been amazing if, like, the Hoover just caved in from underneath, which would give a reason for the Hoover to finally fuck off. If you're from our hometown, you'll understand. But, yeah, what would you pick for Best Picture?
I'm in a similar boat for you. I would say...
Because, like, you loved Begonia.
I loved Begonia. So if I had to choose based off pure enjoyment, I would say Begonia. If I had to choose based off what I think is overall the best... That's a toss-up between Sinners and Marty Supreme. Like, honestly, I wouldn't be upset if Sinners, like, for all of these categories that Sinners is in, I wouldn't be upset. In fact, I'd be happy, because it deserves it, because it's a fucking awesome movie. But my little gremlin ass loves Begonia and Marty Supreme, so, like, I'd also be really happy if either of them won. Like, it's, honestly, I'm happy that, like, a lot of people online are saying, like, you know it's a good year for films when the villain, like the Oscar villain of the year, is just a fucking racing movie. Like,
I am kind of surprised that F1 got as much attention as it did, like in terms of sound mixing and shit like that, which we didn't cover because we would say Marty Supreme anyways. I will say, like, the Best Picture choices, aside from One Battle and Train Dreams, didn't really bother me that much. Like, I thought Frankenstein was mid, and it doesn't really have a chance of winning compared to everything else, but it has enough redeeming qualities on its own. And again, F1, I think, got nominated for the same reason Top Gun Maverick did. In fact, it's from the same people. But Top Gun Maverick had a better story, and it used its runtime a hell of a lot better. The performances and characters were more consistent. F1 was an hour and 40 storyline stretched out to 2.5 hours and given a villain for no reason. And man, did that fucking drag shit out when it really didn't need to. Like, I didn't review F1 just because it was good enough, but I wouldn't have been as passionate about it to talk about it. But I am genuinely surprised we went as long as we have with these Oscar choices. It's, again, a shame that Josh wasn't able to join us on this one, but I'm sure he'll rant and rave about this to us in our spare time, so he'll have that to appreciate. Guys, thanks as always for watching, and thank you for joining me on this. Thank you for actually bringing up this as an idea. I wasn't even planning on doing this. Be sure to let us know in the comments below what your Oscar choices are. Be sure to like and subscribe. Check me out on Patreon and buy me a coffee. I will be back next week for Iron Lung. Hopefully he will too.
that's my plan.
We'll see what happens. Take care.
Bye. I watch Begonia, watch No Other Choice, watch Marty Supreme, watch Sinner.
Okay, you're done.